Alexander Lukashenko's effort to strengthen his grip on power through a referendum Sunday instead became an opportunity for Belarusians to protest his rule and his alliance with Russia that's entangling the country in the war with Ukraine. It's also opened his country to painful EU sanctions. On Sunday, crowds marched through the center of Minsk chanting, "No to war," and the political opposition called on people to protest Belarusian participation in Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Today, Belarusians are launching a campaign of peaceful disobedience and resistance. "We will protest against the war and the use of our military to attack Ukrainians," said Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who ran against Lukashenko in 2020's fraudulent presidential election and is now in exile in Lithuania. The referendum is aimed at changing the constitution to set up new institutions that would allow Lukashenko to continue to control the country he has ruled since 1994. It would also end Belarus' status as a nuclear-free zone, opening the way for a possible deployment of Russian nuclear weapons in the country of 9 million. Russian news agencies claimed Monday morning that the referendum had passed. It's a sign of Lukashenko's utter dependence on Moscow to stay in power. He had traditionally tried to maneuver between Russia and the West to maintain some freedom of action, but the brutal crackdown following the 2020 election left him vulnerable and isolated. Russia sent about 30,000 troops to Belarus in recent weeks, and they've been used to attack Ukraine. Belarus is now being targeted with the same sanctions that are hitting Russia. "We are strengthening once more our sanctions against the Kremlin and its collaborator, Lukashenko's regime," European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said on Sunday, adding, "Lukashenko's regime is complicit. So we will hit Lukashenko's regime with a new package of sanctions. We will introduce restrictive measures against their most important sectors. This will stop their exports of products from mineral fuels to tobacco, wood and timber, cement, iron and steel." On Sunday morning while visiting a polling station, Lukashenko said 2 or 3 missiles were launched from the territory of Belarus this past week toward Ukrainian missile battalions. But Lukashenko insisted his troops aren't taking part in the invasion, saying there is not a single Belarusian soldier, not a single cartridge in Ukraine. "Russia does not need this.